Hello to all of our friends in Makuta Dental. We understand that you have requested that we send you some information regarding two Dental Ventures of American products, Zapit and our very special separator. Both of these products were part of our initial introduction of our company. Actually, Zapit was the first product that was utilized to begin our company, and within the first year we introduced very special separator, and we've enjoyed very, very successful sales of these two products for 30 years now. This is our 30th anniversary. So we'll do our best today to share with you the things that we've talked about to make these products so well known, not only in the United States, but in various other countries around the world. As I mentioned, the first product is going to be Zapit. Zapit consists of it consisted of three basic parts: the base, the accelerator, which causes the base to be hardened very quickly, very effectively, and we did offer a third part of the system that was referred to merely as tip cleaner. And we'll explain to you later why that part of the product is necessary. However, due to the weight of this particular product and the fact that it has to be shipped as a hazardous good, it's not explosive, but it's flammable. So we tried to eliminate, and we have eliminated, this third part to the system, and instead of having a customer clean the tips, we merely provide a package of more tips to be available for him when the tip that he's using clogs up. And then you can sell them additional tips, bag of 10 or so, at a price. But we really don't have customers who are forced to reorder very often. The base is a relatively thick, heavy-bodied cyanoacrylate material that, when expressed out of its tip, as you can see, is not really runny. It maintains its shape to some degree until the item is caused to harden with a short spray of accelerator. So it's a two-part system: the base, which is a heavy body cyanoacrylate based product, and the accelerator. When we introduced this technique was entirely unknown to the industry. The concept of an accelerator to quickly harden a cyanoacrylate glue type material exposed to oxygen was a new concept. Typically, products like this only harden in an anaerobic atmosphere, when two items come together and oxygen is removed from the environment, they're caused to harden. But we developed techniques whereby we wanted to utilize a product with this characteristic, that we could harden quickly in oxygen. So when we introduced the product, we introduced it primarily by demonstrating it at exhibitions, and we would draw people that would come all around us because it was something so entirely new. And I hope you can see this, but there are many, many applications in the dental laboratory for its use. The first one here shows the blocking out of undercuts. There's a small labial undercut in this anterior preparation, and that undercut has been blocked out. The other application was the basing up of margins, supporting of margins, when they would adapt a foil or something for an aluminum oxide jacket. Here we see the use of it to fulfill a bubble in a preparation. Very big application for it. And it continues on. Here, Matt, why do I have two copies of this?
Fold
It
it.
makes it twice as complicated. Excuse us. I thought that was an awful lot of applications. Another use is the basing up of a badly broken down tooth, and they make a preparation for ceramic, etc., we know that the preparation has to be such that we allow for an even coverage of porcelain all around the tooth or the preparation, or around the tooth. So they can use Zapit to base up or build up any missing part of the preparation. One of the big uses for it in appreciation, they discovered very early on that Zapit shrinks less than regular wax does, or Duralay, or any other product, any acrylic product. So they began to use it to put parts of a wax pattern together. Before they cast, they had a long span bridge, and they segmented it. Instead of trying to take a one piece wax pattern off of a model, they would cut the wax up into segments, even individual segments, and rejoin them with Zapit. I've even had laboratories tell me that one person held the units together and the other person applied the Zapit and accelerated it, because its lack of shrinkage, it would, once they cut it, it would compensate for the shrinkage that the wax may have gone through. So any stresses in the wax pattern could be allowed, once they cut it, to be relieved, and the resultant patterns would fit better on the master die. And then when they put them back together with Zapit, it shrunk less than wax does, so they had a more accurate casting. Another byproduct of that was, when they removed the wax pattern, if there were any undercuts in the wax pattern, in the preparation, typically wax, being a little bit pliable, might come off the preparation and open up a margin just a little bit as it went over the undercut. But Zapit being somewhat brittle, if they took a wax pattern off and it had any undercuts in it anywhere, instead of just distorting and go overing it, the tension from the undercut would cause the Zapit to break away from the wax. And they knew they had an undercut. And they could either tell the dentist that, or they could just simply block out that undercut and inform the dentist after they made the casting that he needs to remove a little bit from the preparation and eliminate that undercut. So it's been proven to be extremely helpful for that application, if for none other. Another application was, we don't have perhaps I can quickly demonstrate it here. This is a separate unit, and let's assume that we've poured an accurate soldering matrix. We can now connect the parts of the bridge together. And by the way, we always use a piece of paper to get our Zapit out. We can put a bit of Zapit here in between the units. This old man can no longer see. Help! I need some younger eyes here. Simply accelerate it. And now they can make a soldering matrix, remove the bridge that has to be soldered, put it in the furnace, burn Zapit out. It burns out very, very cleanly, and burn it out with the flame, and go ahead and do their soldering. They have a soldering matrix already made. Put these parts together, burn it out in the furnace, and solder it. I'm not sure I got that right, the procedure correct, but the advantages are made known. It will hold it together very quickly, and it burns out cleanly. Those are primarily the applications for it. We've been asked by dentists, dental offices, if they can use it in the mouth. Well, certainly they can't use it in the mouth in that this, while it's not dangerous, it doesn't taste very well and it doesn't smell very well, and so you really wouldn't want to squirt it in the mouth. But you could use a cotton pledget, put some in on a cotton